witnessing a survivor speak. I done messed around and went viral right from my driver's seat. Just like what the industry was containing. I'd rather make a difference instead of hating, complaining. So let me park the whip, it don't matter, rapper or model chick, singer or comedian, perfect. Let's park in politics. Hey, let's park in politics. Welcome to the pullover, let's park in politics. This the pullover, let's park in politics. I say this the pullover, let's park in politics.
What's up, everybody? Lockout Men. And you want to know something? Before I even start this episode of the Lockout Men podcast with my very special guest for this evening, YouTube, you're late. You're late. You're late. You're late. I pay attention. I look. I see what you're doing, YouTube. So I start the live feed. Maybe it's like a couple of seconds off, but I really don't think you're doing your job, YouTube, because when I click to start, I had maybe about 5 seconds of music already going before it even popped up on my thing. I'm just saying, YouTube, come on, YouTube, you need to do better than that, man. You need to do better than that. You need the brother man needs to get out there. I mean, I'm seeing everybody that way, and I'm still coming up this way. I'm just saying. All right, everybody, welcome to the Lockout Men podcast show, where we park in politics with all our guests this evening. I am your humble host, Lockout Men, and in today's episode, my special guest for tonight is Trucker Chick. What's going on there, Kat?
Not much. Just this podcast I'm waiting on. Excited about, like I told you.
I appreciate you being here. Nothing to be nervous about. We're just gonna have a good old time just talking with one another and just getting to know you, your journey, your stories, and all like that. So there's nothing to be nervous about. So let's before we get into it, man, where are you at right now?
I am at home. I only work part-time trucking right now because, like I said, I just had a daughter she's a baby 6 months ago.
6 months ago. Well, congratulations being a new mom.
You.
Is this your only baby, your first baby?
My only baby, my first baby, and I don't want any more. I didn't even know if I wanted any kids. But yeah, she's my only baby, my first.
No, don't say that. Well, let me ask you this, and I don't want to sound like I'm prying or anything like that, but you saying that you don't want no more babies, but did you get them tubes tied?
Nope.
Then you want some more babies. See, when you don't want no more babies,
I told my friend that.
Right.
I know what you're gonna say.
When you're on the fence.
Yeah.
Right. So you're not going to tie your tubes. But if you don't want if you don't want no more babies and you know that you don't want no more babies, you would have tied those tubes. You know
yeah.
I'm just saying.
I don't know. I think I'm good.
Did the husband get a vasectomy?
No. We haven't done anything yet, but it took me this long to get pregnant. I mean, I waited a long time.
Then you want some more babies in the future. How old are you?
I hate seeing my age now, but 33.
You're 33. So
I'm kind of in the place where like I'm gonna be an old parent when she gets older. So, and my husband's older than me, he's 12 years older than me. So it's like, he's already got kids, older kids. So it's like
you might want to put that in consideration. I mean, I had my kid when I was like 28, 29-ish.
He had his first kid at 15. They're all older.
Wow. Well, my mom had me when I was 16.
Yeah.
So, when she was 16. So yeah. I sort of waited. Now, see, here's the thing.
Me too.
My my wife at the time, my estranged wife at the time, um, we didn't have no inclination of having a kid.
Yeah.
So, you know, we did the protection thing, the rubbers and all like that, and then she went on the pill. And then at one point, in a certain point of the month, she had to stop taking the pill so her cycle, so her her menstrual cycle could run out.
Yeah.
So good old lockout men back at that time was like, hey, look, yeah, you know, she was like, it's gonna be messy. It's like, I love you. You know, this is me and you. I'm good with that. At the end of her cycle, that's when I would go in raw.
Right.
Like we'll do the damn thing. So a couple of weeks later, you know, I come home. You know, she says she don't feel good. She's throwing up. All of the symptoms. So I ran to the store, got the test. She peed on it. We both stayed in the bathroom. We looked at the little meter thing, went from negative to positive because at first my eyes was going big. I was like, yeah, and then that other sign came in. It was like, first it was like this, and then all of a sudden it just, I was like,
yeah.
So we looked at each other and was like, all right, it's a done deal. She was like, I told you that didn't work.
Yep. Guys don't listen sometimes when it comes to that stuff, but the doctors tell us, or you can Google it. I mean,
she told me it didn't work, and here I am, 24. He'll be 25 this year. 25 years later with my rock. So my son, you know,
well, it worked out for the best then.
Oh yeah, it most definitely. I was at the hospital. Not at the hospital, but we went to the doctor, and the doctor was trying to give us some alternatives at the time. Like, yo, you know, we got some alternatives if you don't, if there's, and she looked at me. She was like, no, bro, you having this baby.
Yeah.
I ain't say nothing.
I got a genetic test done because nowadays they can do genetic tests in the first and second trimester. Crazy. Make sure the baby doesn't have like Down syndrome, or they could just see if there's going to be any problems. The doctor obviously wouldn't want to terminate the pregnancy, but he asked me, he's like, if something's wrong, are you gonna want to terminate the pregnancy if we go through with this test? And I was like, no, what kind of question is that? He said, well, what are you going to do? I said, well, learn how to take care of a child with Down syndrome. That's how I feel. That's my personal opinion. That's how I felt about my situation. So.
Well, now what the millennial is, because, back then, we had what was called baby showers. You know what I'm saying? We didn't even know if we was having a girl or a boy. Well, I think Sylvia knew what she was having by the time we had the baby shower. I think. I'm not sure.
Knew. Everybody knew.
Hey, look, this is 25 years ago. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But no, everybody knew. They were telling me what I was gonna have, and they're like, I have a feeling you're gonna have a girl, and they were right. Like, everybody knew.
Did you have what they call now? Did you have like ginger? I
don't think I don't think I have ginger.
Ginger parties.
Ginger parties. Ginger parties. Right? Ginger. Yeah, parties. we made like gingerbread houses. We made gingerbread houses, ginger parties.
At that time, we'll find out whether it's a boy or a girl.
Gender. Oh, gender.
Yes.
No, we didn't do that. I just wanted to know the baby's healthy, okay? Because actually, I actually wasn't sure if I was able to have kids. That's what I waited so long for, and that's why I don't know if I can even have any more. But we just wanted to know what the baby was. But I didn't get a what do you call that? You just said it. One of those parties for when you get pregnant and they give you a baby shower. I didn't get one of those because of the coronavirus, all that stuff going on.
Ginger parties. Yeah.
Go to my pregnant friends. Are you gonna have a ginger party for your baby?
Word for shit, but it seems like that's the theme now that I go on Instagram and I see a lot of people. Is it a boy? Is it a girl? Is it a boy?
Yeah.
Is it, review parties, I guess. Reveal. That it? Somebody in the comments.
Reveal party. Yeah. I know people that done that. I didn't. Yeah. I was like, I just want to know.
Yeah. So is it a boy or a girl? Is it a boy or a girl? And then all of a sudden, mama comes in here. It's a boy. Yeah.
Or they cut a cake and it's blue or it's pink.
Right. So
Speaking of which,
yeah. So let me get this. We have two parties. So is it a? Oh, there he is. A gender. I can't pronounce the shit. But thank you, sweetest Georgia Peach. It's a gender reveal party. So do we have two parties? Do we have one for that?
I think they do. I think they have like a gender reveal party, and then they get their God, what's the name for the other one? The baby shower. Then they have their baby shower later on.
Yes.
So gender reveal as soon as you find out in like the second trimester, and then baby showers.
Right.
So
see, you ladies.
Two parties.
You ladies know how to mold a party together, don't you?
I didn't get one. I didn't really get anything because of the coronavirus, honestly. It was the beginning of the coronavirus. I was pregnant through last November all the way up till July 16th is when she was born. So I was like at the beginning of the coronavirus.
So she was born last year, July 16th. Mm-hmm. So how was that with the delivery, with the coronavirus, all that? What was the experience? Because I'm sure when I had my kid, my cousin, her cousin was there, her aunt was there, I think my mom's was there, and then I was there, and then the doctor was there, and then the nurse was there. So we had a room full of people. So what was the experience like when you had your kid?
Now it wasn't as bad as some stories that I've heard, but basically just me and my husband were allowed. If he left the room, he had to wear a mask. I ended up having an emergency C-section, and they were going to tell me that my husband couldn't be in the room, and I was like, already, you've heard of epidural, they make you shake and stuff. I was like, no, my husband will be in this room. I don't give a crap about the coronavirus right now. So they let him in the room. The doctor was pretty cool too. He was a great doctor. But yeah, it was every time I went to an appointment, they screen you wear a mask. The doctor's wearing a mask. You can't see nobody's facial expressions. And then in the beginning, I was like a couple months pregnant when it all happened. I was freaking out because you got people going to one extreme, hoarding things and going crazy. And then you got people to another extreme. Well, I'm not going to wear a mask. Well, I'm in the middle. I don't want to get sick, but I'll wait to know when they have more information. But I was still scared because we didn't know much about it then. And I was like, crap, am I going to be stuck at home all the time? Because, well, I am anyways, because I live in the boondocks of nowhere. But, am I going to be really secluded because this is so dangerous? Is it really that bad? You know what I mean?
Well,
is it really that bad?
Back then when we didn't know as much as we know now, I mean, it was pretty, I guess it was pretty
scary.
bad. it was pretty bad and it was pretty scary.
Yeah.
But as you know, as now as it came down the line, we get a little bit more information about it, and we know pretty much what we need to do to protect ourselves. Um,
Yeah.
but during the time after after you had your baby, let me back up a little bit. You said
Sure.
you say you had an emergency C-section. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
eh, what happened to force that?
Well, I had to be induced because living in the middle of nowhere, the boondocks, like I said, uh, I had to make sure that my husband was able to be here when I had the baby. So we decided, the doctor, my husband and I decided that we were going to set a date for induction. So we went in there, they started to induce me. It took like 2 days. The second day, everything was going good. Baby was about to come out, whatever. And her heartbeat dropped once.
Okay.
And the doctor said, if it happens again, I'm going to have to give you a C-section. I went into it knowing there's a good possibility that I would have a C-section, because they say within being induced, you have a higher chance of being a C-section. So that's how that happened. Her heart dropped twice, and the doctor didn't want to take a chance. So he just said emergency C-section.
So was you awake when you
Yeah.
did that? They put you to school.
No, they just give you the epidural, and that I didn't realize how scary to all the women who have a lot of children. If you don't get an epidural, or even if you do, or anybody who has anything put in their back or their spine or neck, holy crap. Like, it felt like they said I did a good job, but it felt like they were digging around with the needle in my back. And you feel it at first, and then it goes through you, and then you just feel pressure, and they tell you don't jump. But the way that it feels, it doesn't necessarily always hurt, but it just like, oh, that's a weird feeling. Like, it just didn't feel right. It felt uncomfortable. So I didn't feel anything after that. But
So the doctor just made an incision up
yeah,
under your stomach or over your stomach?
under my stomach. He said he was a very good doctor. You can't even see the incision. He basically, because before I was uh pregnant, I was in really good shape, and I always been working out. I've never been like perfectly fit, but I worked out a lot when for the last 12 years. And he was like, even though I didn't have a flat ab stomach, he was like, you got too much stomach muscle here. He told my husband and me, I cut around the stomach muscle. So, because it was too hard to go through the muscle or something like that. Don't quote me on it, but he basically said he tried to cut around the muscle, because a lot of times women get like their stomach muscles cut, and then they have a hard time getting a flat stomach back or abs.
Okay.
So he just cut around the muscle, because he's like, there's too much. I used to be in really good shape, so like really good shape.
Well,
Athletic.
you have a healthy baby girl.
Yes.
She's what, about 8 months now, give or take?
6 months.
6 months now. All
Yep.
right. So
Yeah.
congratulations for that.
Thank you.
Everybody, welcome to the Lockoutmen podcast show. I really do appreciate you guys coming up in the building. When y'all step up in the building, make sure y'all hit that like button. Today's special guest is Trucker Chick, better known as Cat. I want to acknowledge people that's stepping up in the chat right now. Maddie P says, hey, hottie. Not you, Lockoutmen, the hot chick. Maddie P, what's going on with you, my G? Sweetest Georgia.
Hello.
She's in the house. My man Johnny C says, hello, L.O.M. and the community. What's going on? Sweetest Georgia Peach says, I never had a baby shower. I just brought my own stuff.
Yeah. I can't complain then. I was planning on having one, but I didn't. So.
Johnny C came back and says it's gender reveal.
Yeah. No, it's ginger reveal.
I know, right? I know, right?
We're gonna use ginger reveal from now on.
Terry Jones says, "Good evening. What's going on, my bro?" They and everybody's still talking about the gender. Rita's Georgia Pete broke it down for me. Gender review and baby shower. Shape World is in the house. She says hello.
Hello.
She came back to me again. She says, "Yo, just break it down."
I like the way he said it the first time because I was trying to figure it out. And then I was like, gingerbread? What do we talk about here? Do we make gingerbread houses or for the baby?
I know I'm not. In the back of my head, I'm going like, I know I'm not pronouncing it, but I'm hoping that she understand or know what the hell I'm talking about.
I think it was pretty funny. Sorry.
Right.
It was.
You're from Wisconsin. You born and raised
in
Wisconsin?
Yeah. I'm not living where I was born and raised. I moved here 2 years ago. I'm from southeast Wisconsin, Kenosha, Racine area. And then I moved to the northwest Wisconsin where it's even colder. Yeah. And it's close to Minnesota. So
it's cold now. That's where I'm at
cold
right now.
I hate the cold.
I'm in Wisconsin right now.
Are you really?
Yes. Oh. I'm at well, actually, I'm at the border. I'm at the border. I'm at the Loves right after you cross the border going in.
I know where you are. I know where you are. That's a new Loves.
I know, right?
That one's new. Yeah.
They Wi-Fi is shitty, but anyway.
Yeah.
So Wisconsin, what was life like growing up in Wisconsin?
Well, for me, it's different up here because this is like country. Where I lived, it was city, and we lived like city kids. There was the kids that grew up in the county, but a lot of times Illinois, because we were right on the border of Illinois and Wisconsin, we would go party in Chicago. I was a bad teenager. We'd go party in Chicago, party in Milwaukee. Some people went to Madison, but I never went that far. But growing up, it's cold. I don't really like the cold. But I enjoy the summer very much. Let's see what else about Wisconsin. For me, it was just different because it's like Illinois and Wisconsin kind of meshed. Like you had friends that were Illinois that would come and party with you or hang out with you in Wisconsin and vice versa. And like Zion, Waukegan area was, they'd come to Kenosha and Racine. It was pretty boring sometimes, especially in the winter. There's not a lot to do. There's a lot of bars everywhere in Wisconsin, especially.
Oh, go ahead.
Especially in Kenosha, Racine, Milwaukee, pretty much everywhere in Wisconsin, but those places where I lived, there's like a bar on every corner. So drinking is the thing. I'm not a big drinker, but not anymore. But, drinking Wisconsin, drinking cheese, Packers. I think that's it.
That's it. Up here, the winters are brutal.
Yeah.
What was a real bad winter for you up here?
Moving up here. When I first moved up here, because it's like 2 hours away from Minnesota, and I was working for a contractor that's contracted onto, I don't know if I'm allowed to say, I know I can say one of the companies I work for name, but two of the other ones, I don't know. But I was working for a contractor for a major carrier that delivers things to your door. They contracted onto that company, but I was, doing Class A, big rig, and doubles. And I had to go through the Twin Cities, and it was like it was super cold that winter, which is why I made a video on my YouTube about what to do if your truck gels up. I remember going through Wisconsin. Wisconsin does plow and take care of their roads better than Minnesota. Sorry, Minnesota, but it's true. Because I was local then, and I would go through Wisconsin and it was fine. And all of a sudden I get into Minnesota and it was just horrible. I'd go to St. Paul. I think it was just, I went to St. Paul every day. And I remember coming back one time and I couldn't see the lines in the road. I couldn't see in front of me. There were cars like gelled up and just stopped like in the middle of the highway on 694, 494, one of those two, whichever one is I think it was 694. They were just stopped on the side and the front, and, I was like, thank God I know what being gelled up means and how to tell if you're gelling up, because it was like 20 below and I was scared to death. And then there was people like still driving fast, and I'm like, are you crazy? Like, this is dangerous. And then it was just so cold. And then the house, my husband's house that I moved in with him, we had some problems up here. This was such a bad winter 3 years ago, that like the pipes froze and it was just cold and depressing, and there was never a sunshiny day.
It was just bad. All right. So so you got your CDLs in 2017, and you did furniture loads with a local company. What was your experience, driving furniture? Did you have to load it yourself and unload it yourself? What was
No, actually it was pretty cool. And I still am, that was a small company to start off with. I'm still friends with him and his family. He's like a good friend to my family, because my cousin she also works for him. She has her CDL and she works with him. He's like a family friend, and business comes first, but he got me into it. He, wanted me to get my CDL, and once I got it, basically you go out to California, and there was a specific place that we would get loaded for furniture loads, and sometimes it would take a couple days. Well, this was my first time seeing the country. Before that, I never thought I was ever going to have a job like this. Like, I'm sure a lot of truck drivers feel like, I'm never going to see the country. I'm never going to be able to travel or go anywhere. So I got to travel to California, see all the beautiful sights. And then once I got there, it took them a couple days to load. They had a trucker room area where they had a free shower that was open during the day. They had, coffee, a TV room, and you'd be there for a couple days. So you might want to go in there during the day. They had a taco truck that came to the next door facility, like the building business. And then there was a trail to go hiking. So basically it was like camping out for me, waiting to get loaded.
So
and
since you had to wait like a couple of days to get loaded, and this is what, in California?
Yeah.
Actually, that's where Johnny C is, in California right now. He says, wow, feel sorry for you guys. I'm in sunny California right now.
Oh, come on, man. I haven't been to California in a while. Come on.
When you got out to California, being that's your first time getting out there, did you actually partake in the sights and and made an excursion out of it?
Oh yeah, I went bobtail. I found a way to go by the ocean and see the ocean for the first time in my life. I got to see the waves. I went out and I went in the waves and I jumped in the waves. I didn't have any friends out there, except for there were some other truck drivers that came. And basically there was this big space behind the building where you could park, and we would grill out. but by the ocean, I got to see the ocean. I went swimming. I went jumping in the waves. I watched people surf. I went walking. And then I also, the first time I seen a sea lion, I was like, oh my gosh, a sea lion. And I tried to take a picture of it and it was pooping. But it was I found a way bobtail to go see things and stores that we don't have here, different kinds of restaurants that we don't have here. You know, it's way different. I did have a friend out there too, but I never met up with them. So
it was like a culture shock, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, especially coming from up here, Boomtown, Wisconsin, and then going to the glitz and glamour of California.
Yeah, I mean, Wisconsin's good in the summer. I love Wisconsin in the summer, but the winter, especially with a baby now, I can't go walking. I'm used to the cold. I don't get cold very easily. But yeah, I did this in the winter too. I would go to California in the winter to wait to get loaded for the furniture. And then, you know, I could do whatever I wanted in the meantime. Sometimes it would take them a week or, you know, yeah, my boss only
you would get paid for your downtime, right?
Yeah, for like 3 or 4 days, he would pay me for downtime.
But, okay.
You know, and then he would say, "Do you really want to come back?" you know, right away, because they're, you know, I don't know if that company was doing so well. Maybe they are, or they just had a few drivers.
So with this load that you getting, or did you go down empty? And then just bring the load back up to Wisconsin?
No, my boss is really good at finding loads. He's a driver and for his company, and he finds all the loads himself. Like, he really built his company from the ground up. It's small, got like, I think he said he's got 8 trucks now. I didn't really pay much attention because I don't get to see the other drivers a lot. But basically, he would find us a load down to like Texas or somewhere close by, and then get you know, so that we can get paid for that going down there, and then get us a load out of Texas going close to where the furniture place was, somewhere in California. One time I had to stay in Los Angeles overnight. That was kind of scary for me. But he got a load out of Texas or somewhere close by. So we'd bring a load down, then drop that, get loaded somewhere closer, you know, and then go to California, drop that load, and then go to the furniture and get loaded there.
So you got your CDLs 2017.
Yeah.
You went to school. You went to school and got it. And then after you got your CDLs from the school, you jump right with your family friend of that had a truck, right?
Well, what happened is he wanted to try to train me, and I tried to train with my cousin, and they wanted to train me and just have me take the test, and I was really struggling because I'm like, I don't know what a clutch is, I don't know how to shift gears, you know, I struggled floating gears. They were telling me, people, not my cousin, but people were telling me, just float the gears, don't double clutch. I think it's important to learn how to double clutch first, and then you become good with floating gears, you know. But basically, I got my temps first. I read through the book, got my temps first, got that out of the way, and then went to the cheapest school that I could. But I went over the road with different people. Like, I team drove a couple times, and my cousin is really good at training. So she was really good at training. I mean, some of the guys tried explaining things to me and I couldn't get it. And she was really good at training. So basically that's what I did.
So with the first company you was doing, hold on. With the first company you was doing third shift with with the first company, but you
I
said that
preferred.
you said that you left that company. The company, I guess it was good, but you said the equipment was horrible.
Okay,
I
what happened? Actually, that's kind of mixed up. What happened was the good company, the one my cousin still works for. I needed to go local for some family reasons, and also because I was tired of being over the road. I felt like I had to learn how to exercise and stuff over the road. I'm studying for my fitness certificate right now because that's been my passion, and I was having a hard time, except when I was out in California for a couple days, feeling like I was, you know, moving. It was like driving me crazy. So I was like, I want to go local because I have to help my family with something. And I would have never quit that company. I would have never quit this boss because we work for him now. Um, it's just that he didn't have local stuff at that time. He grew with the time that I was gone.
okay.
And basically I kept on getting bothered after I had a certain amount of experience, after I had that 6 month to a year experience. I mean, they don't stop bothering you. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. They constantly call you. They constantly like are, well, and I was in a situation where I wanted to be local, and this seemed like a good contractor contracted onto a major carrier that delivers things to your home. That's all I can say. And so she kept on begging me, the contractor, please just come fill out the form, come take the drug test. She basically pushed me through the door, and I liked it. The route was 4 hours there and then 4 hours back. And the only traffic I would get, brush hour traffic I would get stuck in was Milwaukee. But their equipment was crap. And she didn't treat me as good as the male driver that they have. And I'm not trying to claim like feminism or, whatever. I'm just saying like that dude always got like,
That's
when I
low.
would tell them something was wrong with the truck and I knew what I was talking about, like it looked like there was blood underneath the truck because it was leaking coolant, and I took a picture. It was like a puddle this big. They were like, like they didn't believe me, but when he would go and tell them, not his fault, not saying anything feminist, blah, 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 whatever, but they would listen to him. And I'm
You
like, well, what's wrong with me? Why do you think I'm stupid and I don't know what I'm doing?
you
I
saying
study
no?
mine.
You saying no shots fired to the company?
Yeah. But
but
like,
it was
why did he have to, or when the e-log wasn't working because they had a tablet and it was a really crappy e-log, and I did everything that they told me to do. And then they're like, you didn't do this right. And I'm like, yes, I did. Yes, I did, because I wrote it down. And then they were like, you need to go to so-and-so, that guy, make sure you did it right. And I'm like, not to mention that guy would hit on me. But no offense to him. But, I'm like, why do I have to go to him? Like, I'm telling you, I'm doing this right. And honestly, using an iPad or whatever they were doing for an e-log is a really horrible way. They didn't have to go through this route did not have any way stations, but like if I would have got pulled over by the DOT, that'd have sucked,
now you this company right here was not giving you no respect. You was
No,
feeling that, they didn't appreciate you as
no,
a female driver. So
no.
like you felt underappreciated with that company.
I'm
So
sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
so
Sorry.
so with that and the crappy equipment, that's when you decide to leave. But let me ask you this, in your opinion, because I work for, I work for a small company.
Yeah.
They did treated their drivers well. I did get paid well, but the equipment was awful. Like I'm thinking, like, is it because of you get paid more money, but the equipment is crappy with a small company.
With
Do you agree
the
with that?
carrier that was contracted onto the major carrier that delivers things to your door, I would say yeah. But the first, and our boss now, and I'm not just saying that because he's my boss, I told him I was going to be doing this show, and he said it's fine to mention the company name and everything. With him, he's smart with his money. He's a very spiritual, religious person. I would say more so spiritual because I don't like religious. It puts you in a category. He's a very spiritual person, and he has a lot of values. He doesn't like to let. He used to be a salesman also. So he's very good at talking to people and getting people to like him, not just being fake, but he's just a likable person in general. Like if you meet him, my husband didn't believe me, but he was different because he's a smaller company. But whenever something's wrong on it, he's got baubles. Baubles do have their issues.
A lot of issues. Yeah. A lot of
but
issues.
He gets it fixed like that, even though he's a small company. He gets it fixed like that because he knows his, he stays on top of it. He doesn't want his drivers driving around in junk. He said that himself. And but the second company that was contracted onto a major carrier, so they're a contractor, so they are a small company. They let I think you were right about what you said originally, that they just let their equipment go, so they pay you more, or so they get more money in their pocket. Because I mean, a lot of that equipment wasn't safe, especially when winter was coming.
Now, before you met your husband, is your husband a truck driver?
Yes.
How did you guys come? How did you guys come to meet before y'all got married?
So that last carrier, the second one I was talking about, I had to go to the same place every day, and he was there at the same place every day, and he had a huge crush on me. But no matter what I did, and I'm sure a lot of female truck drivers can relate with this, if the company doesn't have any other female truck drivers, or you go in there, looking nice, pretty, or trying to look pretty,
looking good,
people don't think you're a driver unless if you wear the gear. And that was my thing, is I didn't have my gear yet, because they were going to give it to me. And so I walked into the building the first day after training, because during training I wore regular clothes. And then the couple days after, when I was doing it on my own, I had to walk in the dispatch office, and there were a bunch of guys standing around, and they were all talking, and all of a sudden I go in there and they just get really quiet, and all of them walk out except for one, my husband. And he's gonna hate this, but he's a pretty tall dude. He's like 6'3", and I'm like 5'1". And he looked down at me and he was like, "Are you alone?" And I was like, "What?" Like, what? And he was like, "Are you a driver?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm a driver. Why else would I be in the dispatch office getting my paperwork?" So then, that's how that started. And then after that, I had some problems with this crappy equipment, and he's very experienced truck driver, and he knows a lot about mechanics and everything. I was having trouble with my truck one day, and I tried asking the other truck drivers, and they didn't know what to do. So he walks up, and I ask him, and he walks over, takes care of it like it was nothing. And so from then on, he talked to me. I started talking to him a bit, and I told him, because I was working the third shift, because I prefer third shift, but you do get really tired when you work third shift. Basically, I was really tired, and I was trying to, get used to this route. And I only had my cousin to talk to at third shift. So, at night. So if she couldn't, if they couldn't talk, like, then I was, had to listen to music, which they didn't have a good radio. So, I told him, I'm like, I'm really tired. He's like, do you want my number so you can call me and I'll keep you awake? And I was like, okay, and he's like, really? I'm like, yeah. So then I gave him my number, and he didn't think I was ever going to call him. And I called him like right when we left. We all got dispatched and left. And I called him not too long after that. And he told his friend, I'm so shocked she called me. I'm like, why? I'm not that great. I'm just a truck. I'm just another truck driver,
And
but that's how we met.
And from there, y'all just hit it off.
Yeah. We talked for hours every night. We talked when we weren't working, and he lived pretty far away. I wanted to move. So it all kind of like almost was like a puzzle piece that fit together, because I wanted to live in the woods, and he had a house in the woods. So
have y'all like drove the truck together? Have y'all team drive together?
Yeah, he worked for a company out of Minnesota that is strictly owner operators, and they do decking systems. I cannot mention their name, but we worked for them because he worked for them before, and he had to quit for some medical reason or something, and in his family or something like that. And we went back and we became owner operators for them. And that was, there was a couple of really good memories. We had a lot of fun team driving together. But the problem is he's one of them drivers that he just wants to go, go, go. So he had trouble sleeping in the back, and he wanted to be up front by me talking to me. And then I'm one of them drivers where I have trouble sleeping in the back, so I want to sleep more. But other than that, we had a lot of fun. We would stop at places that we would see along our routes. We got to go to Hilton Head, which is like South Carolina, I think. And he got to see the ocean for the first time. We seen an alligator. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
We got to do a lot of fun stuff, team driving. But we're team driving for a really crappy company that we were contracted with, owner operating. And it just didn't work out.
All right, so y'all decided to leave, and after you had your baby recently, you just pretty much went to part-time. So what are you doing now as far as part-time? And that's being a mother and a truck driver. How hard is it now for you to get back on the road?
It's very hard, because either someone's got to babysit, or me and my husband have to take turns leaving to go out. Sometimes, but our boss he can find us a load. He pays us by percentage versus mile, which I think is better.
Yeah.
Because originally when I first started with him before in the past, I was paid by the mile, and it just wasn't as good as percentage. So like he could find me a load, something that's kind of local or just a short load, and you make a percentage off of that if it's a good load. And then I do that and maybe do a couple more and come home, and we can take like a week off or something like that. It's really flexible working with him. He's very flexible. He just wants to make sure you're not going to completely not work.
If I were you, I would not leave this guy.
That's exactly what everyone else says, because my husband thought about going local, and I was like, you better think about that. I mean, he honestly even helped us buy a pickup truck.
If he's treating you well like this and giving you guys a lot of flexibility, and one of them owner operators that pretty much understand what's going on, then yeah, you might not want to leave him.
No.
about the corona situation right now? That's playing a part of the role of trying to find a babysitter, right?
With some people, but with others, no. Some people are still worried about it. My mother-in-law, I don't want to say supposedly died of coronavirus because I don't know if you remember, but in our first conversation, I told you my mother-in-law, she recently passed. That was like 3 weeks to a month ago.
I'm sorry.
And yeah, she had no life insurance and stuff. It was very difficult, and I love. She was the best mother-in-law I could ask for. But basically, with coronavirus, I feel like as long as you're not old, you're okay. I think. I don't know. I don't like to speak upon it, but she had a lot of problems. She was in a nursing home, then she had to go to a hospital, and just it was just problem after problem. She fought all of the problems. They had negative tests for coronavirus, and then the next one came up positive, and then the next one came up negative, and then finally they did a blood test, and she had pneumonia and she had corona. So she just decided she wanted to pull the plug. But as far as finding people with coronavirus and babysitters, some people do have a serious issue about it, but it's not as bad where I live in the country because
I don't think
take it as seriously.
I don't think at this pivotal moment, to be honest.
Yeah.
At this pivotal moment, I probably wouldn't want too many people around my newborn.
Yeah, I try to keep it to certain people. Like I don't really know a lot of people up here, to be honest with you. So it's just like a select 2 people that watch her if me and my husband are team driving. But if we're taking turns, obviously my husband will watch her while I'm gone, and then I watch her while he's gone. He does it more than I do. I try to stay home more than he does. But I mean, the fact that you're gone over the road and you come back and you've been all these places, even if you wore a mask and sanitized, us truck drivers, I would have thought I would have had it by now. But I'm not doubting it because I don't want to get sick. I'm just saying, like, I'm a little surprised.
Now, as your child, like, you know, when your child get older, say like around 1.5, maybe 2, would you guys consider bringing your child and going back over the road as a team driver, team drivers, and your kid on the truck with you?
Yeah, I know a couple people that have done it. I know there's people that have brought more than one kid with. I think you're only supposed to bring one, and they have to be buckled in. I know, right? Okay. I know, right? But yeah, we're definitely planning on doing that this summer. That way we can go to different places. I get tired of, I don't ever really get to go anywhere too far, like out west or, you know, certain places down south, and I miss it. So I don't really get to go too far. So yeah, in the summer, we're probably going to bring her with. She'll probably be fine.
All right. So, hold on right quick. All right. So between you and your husband, how you got yours in 2017, he got his beforehand?
Yeah. He's been driving for about 13, 14 years.
A long time.
Yeah. But he's still not, you know, he's still not. I used to listen to the CV all the time, and I'd hear the old truckers nagging. I was going to say another word, but I don't want to cuss. Nagging about the newbies. The newbies. Yeah. These new truck drivers don't know how to do nothing. But he's still technically a newbie. You know, you got to have 50 years experience.
It is what it is. What new drivers and veteran drivers are like.
Somebody's got to do it.
I don't think we're gonna ever go down the same lane with one another. Welcome
Nah.
everybody. Lockoutmen podcast show. Thank you guys for coming here. Make sure you hit that like button, like my man Wise Owl said. When you come up in the building, I really do appreciate it. Yellow Boy is up in the building. He says he's just tapping in. He says, "What's up, Lockout Man, big bro?" Wise Owl said something about said the same symptoms my mom had, but they said it wasn't corona. I before it was all said and done, I guess I was kind of like sugarfooting around it. But when I started seeing a lot of people, a lot of issues, then I started getting a little bit serious with it, because like when I'm out here out and about, I don't want too many people in my space. Like, if you come up to me, say, "Hey, bro, hey, Lockout, what's up? What's up?" Cool, give you the pound, because I never do the handshake no more. And just give you the pound, just like that. But as I got, as it rolled along, and it did such a devastating effect last year, I'm kind of depressed, disappointed, and pissed off all at the same time. Depressed because when I go home, ain't nothing to do. I'm at home. It's like, can't go to the store, can't go get you nothing to eat. When you do go get something to eat, you gotta fight for whatever you go to get something to eat. You can't sit down, you can't do this, you can't do that. Mike DeWine shut down everything. You'll get in trouble, if you was an owner that you had some stores that might have been open during the shutdown. That was depressing. Disappointed because when they did open some of the stuff back up, people were still acting all shitty, especially to us truck drivers.
Yep. Horrible to truck drivers. I'm sorry. When you said that, you just made me think of something that made me so mad. So mad.
They still do it now. They still do it now. Like,
especially at the delivery places or your pickup places, or distribution centers. Oh,
I know, right? Hopefully we're getting better. I hope, but a lot of people is still congregating. A lot of people still showing their little Facebook videos of a gang of people just having fun, not even thinking about corona. It ain't it ain't gonna never. I don't think it's gonna ever go away. But from what I understand now, yeah, D Nitty, I remember Wendy's. Remember when I told you about McDonald's?
Does that exist?
Yeah. Like I said, man, it's just it's crazy how they're treating us truck drivers out here, and we supposed to be the godsend of the world.
They wouldn't have their stuff if it weren't for us. How are you gonna get rude with us? You wouldn't have a job if it weren't for us. You wouldn't have anything in your hospital. You wouldn't have anything in your stores. You wouldn't have anything anywhere if it weren't for a truck driver. So how are you going to treat us like that? I'm sorry. That makes me so mad because of comments that have been made to me, and my husband.
All right. So I got a few questions for you.
Okay.
Hold on very quick. I had it set. Hold on.
All right.
Hold on quick. I had to find it. Here we go. All right. So, like, being a female, now before you and your husband started the team drive, you was a solo driver at one point, right?
Multiple times. I solo drove to California.
What was some
after I got experience? Sorry. What was that?
No, what was some of the creepiest moments that you had at a truck stop?
This guy kept following me everywhere I went, and he wouldn't stop talking to me. He was talking to me about his wife, and I was ignoring him, and he was still talking to me. And he kept on talking about his wife, how much money she made, but then he went and he hit on me, saying, "Oh, you're really pretty," or whatever he said. And I'm like, "You were just talking about your wife. Like, what?" And then he tried following me out of the truck stop because I stopped into Wendy's to get something there. I think this was before the coronavirus. And I stopped to get food, and he was following me there. I didn't want to be, I should have been super rude, like, get away from me. Another time was at Iowa 80. This wasn't necessarily creepy, but I was offended once I found out, because I feel bad for lot lizards, but at the same time, it's kind of offending to be confused with one. I was at I-80, the truck stop, and I would parked pretty far back, and I was going to go take a shower. Well, someone flashed their lights at me. I was offended. That wasn't necessarily scary. That was not necessary. And I didn't know what that meant until my cousin was like, because I was like, I've never seen a lot lizard. I've never seen them. I don't know. And she's like, did you ever have anybody flash their lights at you? And I was like, yeah, at I-80. She's like, they thought you were a lot lizard. I was like, do I look like a lot lizard? Thank you very much. I don't know. But anyways, I'm not trying to be mean, but from what I've seen, I've looked up lot lizards on YouTube, and I don't want to be mean because they probably have some serious mental health issues and stuff, and I feel bad for them. But I don't think I look like a lot lizard. And then another time I was walking out of a rest area, and this guy walked past me, and he was like, he was looking straight ahead, but I know he was talking to me. He walked really close, bumped into me, and said, "How much?" And I was like,
wow.
How much? Yeah. I looked back and I was like, did he really just do that?
Now this is all before, this is pre-baby, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. See, you the hot chick.
I was. I guess I was.
And none of the drivers did not think that you was a truck driver.
No.
Unless they thought that you was, they thought you was beautiful. You came in there looking all sweet, smell good, look good, all like that. And they took you for, I don't even like saying a lot lizard. So they took you for a commercial companion.
Yeah. Yeah, I see it's changed with wearing masks and stuff like that. I mean, I'm not much bigger than I was before then, but I was in really good shape. But there's a lot more worse stuff that has happened when I drove with that one company. But it was like I learned that I needed, and one of the videos I want to make, I don't know if I said it in a previous one for women and safety, is wearing gear that makes you look like a truck driver. If you don't look like a truck driver, if you have any ounce of pretty, or you like to do your makeup, or you like to dress nice, there's nothing wrong with that. But they are going to assume that you're not a truck driver, or they might look at you, stare at you, make you feel creeped out, try to talk to you, follow you. I've had that, being followed, everything. Those are just ones that stick out in my mind. Wear your gear. Wear a yellow sweater. Wear your yellow vest. Wear the gear, because that's what's gonna make them think, okay, she's wearing gear. She's got to be something. She's not just, even if you're just with a company that lets you wear whatever you want, when you get out of the truck, wear some gear if you don't want guys doing that to you. They might still do it. But
there are female drivers out here, and no disrespect, no shots fired but I talked to a few, you know, I talked to a few of them that that has YouTube channels, and
Yeah.
they kind of using their sexuality, their looks to build their channels, but which is cool, you know. I mean, because you know we're going to talk about YouTube in about 2 seconds, but
Yeah.
you know, in order to, you know, in order for like female drivers to build a YouTube channel such as yours, which I'm about to talk about,
Yeah.
you know, it's kind of disturbing, because you got these other females that's building their channels off of their sexuality, and I would
People
tend
could
to,
say that I did that. People could say that I did that, but that wasn't how it happened. Like, that's not how I think of it. But I'm
what,
sorry I interrupted you.
oh,
It's just
no, no,
I really
no,
want to make one thing clear once you're done.
no, you're good. You're good. No, so when they, the way they, you know, the way that they build their channels, you know, they use their sexuality and all like that. And you figure that a lot of men comes to that channel sorely for, you know, just to see you and see how you are, see what you got on, or, you know, see the curves, whatever. But if you're trying to talk, if you know, if you're a female and you're trying to talk, you know, talk truck, let me put it
Yeah.
that way. All, you know, back again, I know you guys hear me say this all the time, but us men, we don't hear you talking. We hear the Charlie Brown teacher talk, the want 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 want. That's what we hear when we
Yeah.
watching these females that's portraying, you know, you know, that's portraying themselves sexually to build their YouTube channel. But
Yeah.
I also think that there's a safety issue with that, because the same guys that's watching you on YouTube are going to be the same ones that you're going to meet up in the truck stops. Like, hey, ain't that such and such right there? Oh man,
That's
oh yeah, that's
true.
and they run over, you know, probably creep you out or whatever, you know, and then it might be a problem. What do you have to say about certain situations like that?
Well, the first video, let's see. Hopefully I can stay on topic, but the first video that I made, I was just like, you know what? If I'm going to start a YouTube page and my main goal was to help people. And I do want to see more women in trucking.
Well,
Unfortunately, the
let's
demographic that I got is men.
let's bring your YouTube up as you talking about it right now.
My most
Uh,
popular video is the shifting gears, but I need to explain that because that could look sexual. And my friend, I wanted to do the video, and can I explain it real quick before like anybody judges me
Go
based
ahead.
off of what I'm?
No, I'm about to. You want me to play it while you talking about it, or no?
Yeah, that's fine. If you can mute it, can you mute it?
Yeah, I did. I did.
Okay. Here's the thing. Okay. I couldn't at the time find a truck that I could use to make the video, but I had already made a video explaining my first video before this one, which was I was like, you know what? If I'm going to do it, I need to do it. I don't care. I just need to put a video out there or I'm never going to do it. So I got the opportunity on a really hot day after I went to a wedding. I have fake nails on, which I have never done in my life. It was really hot outside. My friend had a really good camera and a really good laptop. And this was my chance to do what I wanted to do because I always had trouble shifting gears. Now, I did mess up in this video. I said that you need the clutch to downshift, which you don't. But for the most part, a lot of people said it was a good video. Well, I wore what I always wear, or at that time, always wore in the summer, which was shorts and a tank top. It was hot. And that's what I just so happened to be wearing. It was not planned. But I feel like I explained things pretty well. And it just so happens, that's what I was wearing. It wasn't like I was trying to look sexualized or anything like that. And then I don't know if it's something my friend put in the tag or whatever. And I mean, yeah, he did get, shots that I didn't notice about. But I don't know if he put in the tags foot fetish or what, but I got a lot of comments in that video about foot fetish. And that was not my purpose. My purpose was is I wanted seriously to help people with shifting from a woman's point of view who has no idea, who had no idea what a shifter was, what a clutch was, what an RPM was, nothing. But it just so happened to be that's how I was dressed the day I got the opportunity to do a video like that and use someone's truck.
But
so I wasn't trying to sexualize myself, but people think that that was sexualizing myself.
All in all, what do you want people to really get out of your YouTube channel?
Well, I decided to go in a different direction. I'm still going to try to teach videos, but like you said, all guys hear is want, and then they just comment, "Oh, beautiful," and they don't even watch the whole video.
So this video right here, you telling tips for woman drivers over the road. You want me to unmute that?
Yeah, and I know a lot of people will say, "Well, you always have cleavage and stuff like that." Well, I'm sorry, but you know what? That is how I dress. My fault, because I know that's how guys are going to see me, but that's just how I've always, I don't know. It's like, the clothes that I feel comfortable in, that whatever, they end up having, low cut. But the direction go ahead, sorry.
This, like I said, we was talking about YouTube before we came into the room. Yeah. And it's hard to build a YouTube channel in this particular niche. You know, I mean, I got, I was up at like 9,000 subscribers at one point. YouTube went in and did a cleanse.
Really?
It's like they do it like every 6 months, every 8 months, every year. They'll go in, they'll clear up, all of the bots, all of the people that's not watching, all of the people that's not watching. Anything that if they haven't watched a video in X amount of time.
Did they do that recently? Because I thought I saw you had 9,000 subscribers, and then I looked recently, and I'm like 7,000.
Yeah, okay. They do that hard. They do that hard. There's no loyalty in subscribers.
Yeah,
I really hate to say that, my fault, but it's not. My subscribers, God bless them. I love them. They rock with me. My day
I'm one of them.
Yes, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
They rock with me. My day ones. They always been with me. It's always good. They are subscribed to other trucking channels.
Mm-hmm.
They're subscribed to my boy Guilty 718. They subscribe to my girl Shape World. They subscribe to all other trucking channels. So there's no loyalty amongst us, amongst us in the clique. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I don't mind that. I don't mind that. But see, my problem with YouTube is with a person like when I was talking about your channel, you got 3,000 subscribers, right? Or 300 subscribers.
320. Yeah.
300 subscribers. So let's bring your channel back up. So you got 300 subscribers right there. Out of 300 subscribers, your top video, which is 9K right there on how to float gears, because that's something, it's a catchy title. How to flow gears. A lot of people want to know how to flow gears.
Yeah.
All right. They gravitate to that. How to flow gears. Coming off the break. Right?
Yeah.
Then when you talk about like right here, when you said tips for women drivers over the road, you got that was a year ago, and you just now getting 347 views on it.
Yeah. I would really like to give more women tips from my point of view. And then also, I really would like to see, there are a lot of women truck drivers. You see them on Instagram, and they look all different ways.
See, like right here.
I want to see more.
Right here, you over here trying to motivate people to exercise.
Stay healthy, yeah. Because a lot of them are, I have a lot of family members that are truck drivers, and they do not do anything to be healthy. And 30. I lost my mother-in-law to the same things they're doing, only she wasn't a truck driver. You know, smoking 39. Way too much, not eating right, sitting and being, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no. 39 views.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? 39 views. Yeah. But you got 322 subscribers.
Where is all the, nobody wants. And you know what? I looked at my analytics, and I only have like a minute something watch time. So I can't even improve my watch time.
So to me, that is a YouTube type of thing. See, YouTube is not promoting the video. You got 39 views. To YouTube, that's nothing. That's my problem. I talk about trucking. I give value, a lot of good information, but only a handful of people want to watch it. But when you do drama, or you talk about another YouTuber, or your
reviews on songs or rappers or rock bands,
you're a voluptuous female that's strutting her stuff, then it's all the way up there. It's all the way up there. So, I mean, it's.
Well, I hope I don't fall into that category of a female that would do that, because that wasn't my intention at all when I started. I just dressed that way, and, you know, that was me. But my goal, I'll let you finish, but you said something about my goal. I do kind of want to mention that, because, like, to me, it's my dream. My dream has always been to help people. I went to college. I did nothing with my degrees. I went in with good intentions. My CDL changed my life. I found in the truck that it is hard to sleep when you're team driving, especially in a Volvo. Sorry, boss. But Volvos are very bumpy, and our roads are getting worse. So I had to figure out my little tricks of putting on an eye mask when you sleep so no light gets through, listening to videos. And I started listening to guided meditations to drown out sound and things like that. So my goal is to transition my trucking videos from, you know, stuff that obviously guys only hear the want. And, you know, if they think I'm pretty, you know, that's why they're watching it, to something anyone can listen to, including a truck driver. Like, Audible's great. Listening to music is great. Your podcast is something that helps truck drivers, because instead of having to listen to the radio and listen to negative stuff or whatever, they have something they know they can go to. You're going to have an interesting topic. I kind of want to do something, not podcast copying you, but like meditations, or for when they try to sleep, for when people try to sleep. And I want to get the equipment, like the mic. I already got a brand new computer for it with a Photoshop editor. I am working on getting all of the equipment, and I want to do it for truck drivers or for anyone. And then for truck drivers, I had this idea of, Audible's great, and I'm not bashing on it, because some people get sponsored a lot by Audible. I do listen to Audible, but some of the people reading, their voices are so annoying. And I'm like, I would rather just read the book. So
That
if
might be
more YouTubers would read on a specific subject, or say, for instance, you got some negative family or friends back home calling you, always bringing drama to you while you're driving through the mountains, bad weather, you know, back-to-back traffic, you can have this YouTuber that, you know, reads positive quotes, reads certain books, chapters of books, and has a series on it. You can make requests for videos on meditations to sleep, or to, you know, talk about things for positivity to get you out of that mindset of I'm stuck in a truck, if that's how you feel, or what's going on in the world, or my negative sister is, you know, nagging at me because she's negative Nancy, you know, nothing's ever good enough, or that one of those family members or friends.
now, you
Something
know,
to block that out, and you can listen to them, and you know that YouTuber's voice, and you can request something. My main points.
now you know, as that is all a good idea, and that's stepping away from a saturated niche.
Yeah.
Welcome everybody to the Lockoutmen podcast show. Thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it. When you come in, make sure you hit that like button. Johnny C says someone did that to Shapes channel the other day, and you know, she did a workout video. It's so freaking irritating that this young lady did a workout video showing how she works out in her truck. Nice video, nothing fancy, nothing special. It was just her working out in her truck, getting a little sweat on, and some dildo had it taken down. She came back and said that her video was taken down because of sexual acts.
There's guys wearing no shirts doing the same thing.
Somebody came to her, seen her video, and reported it, and YouTube took it down. So yeah, I mean, it's hard. Believe me, I've been on YouTube for 15 years. I wasn't serious as I am with it now, but it's discouraging, as you can see, as Shape or Cat right here that's trying to build channels on a positive vibe, you know, only for YouTube not to too much give a care about small channels. I'm just saying. D Nitty, what's going on, Trucker John? What's going on, Big Trucking? He's in the building. He says something about his YouTube channel. Let's see. He says it took a while for his channel to get going. You just have to be patient, bruh. I think I've been patient for over 14 years, man.
I think if you have a special niche or even something, it can help.
It's what YouTube says, and you make a popular video and it catches on and it goes viral. That's where everybody comes in at. But then once that viral video gets finished, because my viral video was that lot lizard video. To this date, it got up to like 250,000 views.
I haven't seen that one. I want to see it now.
Yeah, it got 250,000 views on it. I mean, I ain't show no lot lizard. I was just talking about it, and I'm still surprised to this very day that it got that many views. And I did gain a lot of subscribers from it. But that was it. That was it. It sort of tapered off when I started going back to like talk about trucking, talk about how to get into trucking, talk to trucking companies and stuff like that. You don't know YouTube says ask people of what they want. Okay, I asked, I found out, I'd give it to them, but it's still not enough. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's real difficult. It's real difficult for a trucking niche because everybody getting into it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Everybody is getting into it. Bit Trucking says when I search for a trucker chick, it doesn't bring up her channel. Her channel is not Trucker Chick, Bit Trucking. It's
That's Instagram.
It's Cat. Yeah. It's on her YouTube, it's Cat. K-A-K-A-T. On
But
Instagram,
it's actually, that's just the name. But it's under my email. But I can put a link in the comments to this for my page. It's basically Lady of the Woods ASMR. I think, the same thing as my Gmail, because originally what I wanted to do was ASMR. So I made my email that, but it's not, you can't search cat and find my channel. You have to look up Lady of the Woods ASMR.
Sometimes when you like make your name, like when you type in, I tell guys all the time, I mess with them about the word trucker. Everybody I talk to has trucking in their name.
True.
But they put it in their name, especially for YouTube, so they can get niched on with the trucker name. So you got YouTubers, Trucker John, Trucker Jim, Trucker John, like my dude right here, Trucker this person, Trucker that person, Red Viking Trucker, Trucker Brown, Trucker Red, Trucker, you know what I'm saying? So everything with trucker, when you type in the word trucker, one of those people is going to come up in that timeline. You see what I'm saying? So one of those people is going to come up in their timeline, and that's why they use the trucker name so they can get it in their niche. Me, I thought about doing that long time ago, but I figured my name, when my son said my name is different, Lockoutmen. You don't have to put Lockoutmen the trucker. You don't have to put trucker Lockoutmen. Just put Lockoutmen and promote that, and you're good to go.
It actually does sound really good. Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
What's before we get out of here? I will put I'm about to put her link to her YouTube into the comments.
Thank you.
Here. You're welcome. So you guys could go over there and subscribe to her, and I will put it in the comment. Hold on. Yeah, put it right there. And go.
Because I will be making those different videos that I explained earlier.
I will also, let's see. Let me go here. I'm going to put it.
I can't hear
working
anything
for me right now.
There you are. I couldn't hear you for a second there.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Here we go. All right, so I'm about to put it in the community post as we speak. So
thank you.
So that everybody can go and subscribe to you. And
if you want to follow me on Instagram, that's the Trucker Chick SHK with
SHK. She got a pretty good Instagram, man. She got a definitely good Instagram. Redneck Redneck Reaper. What's going on, bruh? How you feel? Thank you very much. He says, awesome podcast. Bit Trucking says he subscribed to you. So thank you very much. And Karen, your mother?
Oh yeah, that's my mom. Hi, Mom.
Okay.
Hi, Mom. I told her I was going to be on a podcast tonight. Hi, Mom.
Hey, appreciate you being here, Karen. Thank you very much. All right. All right. So, trucker chick, everyone.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Since we're still on YouTube, what are some of your YouTube channels that you frequent a lot? Lockoutmen.
That I watch a lot of meditation ASMR. Like I said, if I told you about ASMR, I don't know if you heard of that community in YouTube, but some of it is kind of weird to a lot of people, but some of it helps people sleep. I like guided meditations. So a lot of what I watch on YouTube is at night when I'm trying to fall asleep. Other than that, I like to listen to music and your podcast now. I actually really do watch it.
Thank you.
I do, because it is actually interesting. And I got my husband into it because he gets tired of listening to the radio. You know how it is. You get tired of everything. So he likes it. And I can't think of anything else. Maybe how-to stuff sometimes, looking that up. But yeah. Mainly it's the sleeping stuff.
So let's back up a little bit before we get on up out of here. Being the new mom, how's your sleep?
It was horrible at first. She's much better now because she started crawling. She can get to stuff. She doesn't whine as much. She's not as fussy. She eats food, so she's not fussy. She just got to watch her and safety proof the house. It's going good. I get plenty of sleep. She's great, honestly.
All right. MW is in the building. He says, you rock, cat, and love this podcast. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Trucker John says, try watching other trucking channels for inspiration for your channel. That's a good idea, but Trucker John, definitely. When you get
I know where I want to go, though.
Okay.
Like I said, with that meditation thing, I want to transition, not just meditation, but I want to make videos where I am actually at home, when I'm at home, reading inspirational stuff or talking about reading out of books and things that people can listen to. They know me, they can request me to read a book or request me to, mantras where you repeat positive things over and over and over again so that you can, get that negativity out of your head.
Hey, D Nitty, I need you to put this in the comments, man. Lockout, the Oprah of toss show.
He's probably like, I wish I was that rich as her.
You know what? This is why. And I get discouraged. I really do. I really do. I'm going to be totally honest, man. I do get discouraged. I turn around, I see others in the same lane that I'm in, and I'm like, the fuck, man. I mean, I get discouraged. I be like, okay, what am I doing? What am I doing that they doing? I'm pretty much doing the same, or let me rephrase that. What are they doing that I'm not doing to get up to where they at? But then I get humbled with subscribers and the people that I link up with, because I get emails all the time that tells me, hey, Lockout, you know that video that you did on the call that you made to such and such, man, that video helped me out. or I would get comments like would as a matter of fact, he has a long ass name. Let me go back up here. I don't know if I think you still in here, but it is here it is, the Associate Minister, Reserved Deacon, Mr. Terry Jones. He sent me an awesome comment about what I'm doing and what he like about it. When I get that pretty much brings me back down, and it brings me to, brings a humble level out of me. Like, bro, I'm really helping somebody. Somebody gets it. So when I go and look at the other channels that's doing the same thing, that got like millions of subscribers, thousands of subscribers and stuff like that, but then when you look at their videos, I'm not on their level. You know what I'm saying?
You know what though? You got I feel like loyal subscribers, and you also are more real. You actually respond to and interact with people better, or you interact with people. And I think that's what a lot of us like. They may have a lot of views and whatever and a lot of subscribers, but I think you are more personable and do a way better job of making people feel comfortable, being able to ask you questions and contact you instead of just being like, oh, I'm just going to ignore all of my subscribers because I got, 7,000. What do I care? I'm past a certain amount or whatever. Just hypothetically, I'm just trying to give an example, but
no,
like you actually, and like I said with your podcast, because the radio gets boring when you've been driving for a certain amount of time. I got bored with the radio. I could not listen to music, even working out anymore. Audible was great, but if I picked the wrong thing, and the person who's reading the book, their voice just annoyed me. I couldn't do it. But your podcast is something else that truckers can listen to. You got a whole series of them with interesting topics, and you are helping people, and that's why I really do like your channel. I'm not being a kiss ass, pardon my language, but this is a really good thing, and I was very flattered to be asked to be on it.
And I appreciate you coming on. I had one of my day ones called me earlier today to check in on me. Shout out to my G Emogen right here. He's in the building. He called me today. He was just saying, Lockout, I haven't heard from you in a while, bro, and I just want to call you. Thank you very much, brother, man. I wish I would have been able to talk to you some more, but as you knew, I told you I was driving, and of course I don't have the trucker's headset. So, but I do appreciate the phone call, and like I said again, stuff like that, comments, people that's engaging with me pretty much bring me down, because like when I go and I check my analytics and I still be like 7,900, man, and I'm looking at the view count like, oh man, come on. But then when I get a call, like I get a call from a subscriber saying, yo, Lockout, I came across your video and I just wanted to pick your brain a little bit more about what you was talking about in it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. So that, like I said, that brings me back up. And I'm gonna try and continue to do it. It gets harder and harder every day because I'm the time constraints, and I gotta pull over, I gotta set up, I gotta make sure that the data's right on my phone. If it's not, I gotta make sure the data's right on the loves. Being up here in Wisconsin, it's kind of shaky. I'm just saying, right now, we're good. You guys can hear me, but it is what it is. And I do very much appreciate everything and everybody that supports the channel, though. So thank you very much. Cat Trucker Chick on Instagram. Let me see if I can bring up. Wait. Let me see if
Okay.
I can. Let me see if I can bring up your Instagram right quick, so they can go over there and hang out. Let me see.
Yeah, I try to be real with that one. You know.
See if they
basic.
can go over there and hang out with Trucker Chick. Make sure you guys follow Trucker Chick on Instagram as well. Here it is. There we go. Make sure you guys check her out on Instagram. Is this the one? No, this is the one.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah, make sure you guys check her out. That's your family, your baby, and all that good stuff. Baby.
Yeah. I don't show a lot of my family because I don't really want I'm kind of silly, as you can see, but I didn't want to show a lot of my family because I'm trying to keep some of my life private, and my husband also has a YouTube. So we're trying to start that up for him.
Okay.
It's a different genre, and I kind of wanted to keep that separate so that, for safety and for different reasons, I guess. That's why a lot of my family's not on there.
That's not a problem. You always want to keep something to the vest and not give too much. I understand some people want to be like very transparent, and that's cool for some, but I just think that too many people just put a little just a little bit too much on social media, period. Now that TikTok exploded, got a little bit too much out there. My man Dro Face Killer, he says, them make the calls, help me get my foot in the door. Thank you very much, brother, man. I appreciate it. He also comes back and says, it is true, he is one-on-one with his listeners. Thank you very much again, man. I really do.
Yeah.
Trucker Chick, once again, everybody.
Turn my earphones out.
All right, so Kat, you're part of the L.O.M community now, so thank you very much for being here. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Stay on the line because I'm about to end the show, and I will come right back to you.
All right, sounds good. Yep.
All right, everybody. Hold on right quick. That is it for today. Today is Thursday, January 21st. One more week. How was y'all? How was y'all first month of 2021 going for you guys? Going pretty good. This is my fourth paycheck coming tomorrow. Yes, I am actually able to save a paycheck. Go figure. Because next week is like the first of the week or first of the month. So yeah, I gotta pay bills. We all do. But anyway, I really do appreciate you guys being here. If you like content like this and more, share it. I ain't gonna say nothing else. Y'all like it? Share it, damn it. Y'all got Facebook, share it. Put it on your Facebook page. Say, yo, this is Lockoutmen. This is my G right here. You just got finished talking to a young lady, hot Trucker Chick. And that's her name, Trucker Chick. Just saying. So share it. I don't need to say nothing else. Just share it. All right. Share and like. Yeah, that part. Share and like. The subscribes will come later. All right. If you guys want to join the community, like my man Johnny C did, make sure you join the community. Hook a brother up with some coffee, man, because I just got finished drinking all of my damn vitamin water, and I need something else to drink. I'm just saying. Hook a brother up. All right. On that note, I am out of here. You guys take it easy, and I'll come back with you with another one.
Cause baby, once I'm gone, I ain't coming back. You gon' have to settle with another man. But when you realize, don't be running back. Ain't no sunshine when I'm gone. Baby, ain't no sunshine, ain't no sunshine. Ain't no sunshine.